This is the Mansfield Matters Podcast, brought to you in association with Actifire Limited, helping your business to stay safe. Find out more at actifire.co.uk.
Sometimes Lady Luck smiles in your favour, and other times she looks at you in disgust. Perhaps she's just not a fan of the pink shirt. A late defeat from the jaws of a draw at Peterborough United on Saturday saw the Stags debut their pink third shirt, and the third shirt's curse continue, if there is such a thing. I'm saying there is because content. It wasn't to be on the road for the Stags, but just 2 games into the season, have we been left with more questions to answer? Are Nigel Clough's side not quick enough in the wing-back positions? With the transfer window still open, do we need to recruit another body in the forward areas? Or does the answer lie in those players still to make a return in needing match minutes? All of that to be discussed and a lot more in between here on the show for the fans, by the fans, as we look ahead to a Sunday afternoon football game at One Call Stadium. Perhaps we should bring back the Sunday sermon, eh? This is the show for the fans, by the fans. Why? Because Mansfield always matters. Get involved in the live feed comments now. Hello and welcome to the Mansfield Matters Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday evening. As ever, you're welcome to have your say in the comments during the live feed if you listen to the audio version of this. Hello to you, whether it's Saturday afternoon, Sunday morning, whenever it is you listen. You are more than welcome. Come and join us live if you wish to do so. Right, I have 2 Stags fans in attendance with me tonight. Hopefully we'll have a third later on, but I've got a funny feeling he might have fallen asleep in his armchair again. So let's say hello, good evening, and welcome to the 2 that have made it to the Mansfield Matters podcast tonight. For the first time in Series 10, we're getting these 2 faces because the last couple of weeks it's been Clive, Nick and Cam. We're refreshing it on the panel today, and I'm delighted to say let's go over to... it's a mystery. Where we're going to go? Where we're going to go in the country? We are going to go to Stockport and say hello to Emily. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Craig. Hi, everybody.
How are you? We've not seen you for a while. What have you been up to in the last few weeks or so? It looks like you've got a bit of a suntan going off.
Well, a few more freckles, I think. I've been in Greece for the last week, and then the week before that I wasn't feeling too good. So refreshed, sunburnt, and ready to start again.
Well, it's good to see you as always. From an Osborne to a Wilson in more than one way, but that's for the private chat. Let's head over to Sutton in Ashfield, shall we, and say hello to the voice of the Stags, who hopefully on Sunday will be saying many times goal scorer for the Stags with his new toys. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's say hello, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the man, not the myth, but indeed the legend. That is Mr. Alan Wilson. Good evening, Al.
Good evening, Craig. Good evening, everybody.
Good to see you as always. Now, I mentioned there that you've got a few new toys to play with. Can you let us into the little trade secret? What's your new toys? Is it a new Rubik's Cube, or have you got something in Alan's box? Have you got a new stool, maybe?
No, it's just a new mixer deck. Very nice. We've gone from the CDs onto the stick. The whatever stick it's called.
We're moving forward in the tech world, Alan. I like it.
Yeah, it's all right. Nice piece of kit. Thoroughly enjoyed it using it the other night. I know we're 4-1 with the Man City weren't very good, but yeah, kit's okay.
Well, let's hope that Alan's kit isn't cursed, like potentially, Emily, the pink third shirt is. Is there such a thing as a kit curse, or am I just making things up in the name of content?
I reckon there's a kit curse. There's a kit curse coming. And I was about to buy that pink shirt, with it being pink. But they haven't got it in my size at the moment, so I might not buy it.
Well, there's only one thing to say that, if it is cursed, Alan, would you touch it if it is a curse?
Yeah, well, I don't think it's a curse. I mean, the green one didn't do much better either, I don't think, did it? But no, we weren't at the races on Saturday. I think it's as plain and simple as that, whether they were in pink, white, blue, whatever they were.
Well, a couple of people are saying in the comments that the link's frozen, but I've just tried it on my phone and I can still hear it. So if you are frozen out, I would probably just say give it a little bit of just refresh your stream and we'll go again. But if loads of people say we're frozen out, I think we'll be fine. Gremlins, always Gremlins. Right, let's turn our attention, shall we, to Peterborough on Saturday, Emily. And well, it was almost like a carbon copy, wasn't it, of the first home game. The only difference is we're on the end of the goal at the end rather than it being in our favour.
Yeah, I watched that because I was abroad. I was able to watch it, and I didn't enjoy it. When it started out with that near goal at the beginning with John Russell, I was like, we're not going to have any luck here. I did kind of think that was, that was how it was going to be, and that's how it was. Unfortunately,
yeah, it was just one of those really unfortunate coincidences, I think, on Saturday, where it was just, one of those games which just felt a little bit frustrating, Alan. And I guess sort of going into extra time a little bit, you might have been like refreshing your phone or listening to the radio and thinking, "Oh, are we going to hang on?"
I know it was quite like you say, it was. They played really well, I thought, first half. They held their own. It's a pity that one didn't go, like Emily said, that one of Russell's. It did well to clear it off the line. And I thought we played reasonably well first half. But second half, you can tell they came out with a little bit more gusto. And I think they deserved the points in the end, just about. Because we had chances. We had the offside goal by Russell. I know John Russell says in the interview with Mark Stevenson that he didn't think it was offside. He's seen it 2 or 3 times. But, you get some, and the other times they go against you. Over the season, they usually, even themselves out, don't they? So we'll probably got a little bit of luck to come later on in the year. Who knows? But I didn't think we deserved to win it. Draw, possibly, but we didn't deserve to win it.
Yeah, it was a frustrating game to watch. I mean, Nick, Clive, Big Tone and I were all there. We were at the very front of the stand in some seats which weren't sittable, to be honest. They slanted down like that, and we were sliding onto the floor midway through the game. We had a good view of the bench, though, which was quite interesting to sort of see how they operate sort of a little bit closer up. I don't tend to sit near the dugouts a lot, so it was interesting to watch that sort of play out, but it just felt like we were a little bit flat at times. It was a little bit frustrating and almost like we struggled to get our rhythm going, Emily, like something was a little bit missing, maybe like we were hiding 1 or 2 little knocks and niggles perhaps.
Well, that seems to be coming out now, doesn't it? The usual beginning of season with loads of injuries. So but yeah, I felt like we weren't. It's almost like this sort of signing the older players has come back to haunt us again, because it's almost like they can play half a football game and it's really good. The first half, as Alan said, was really good. And then the second half, I don't know what happens at half time. I don't know whether Cloughie's going mental at them or not. I don't think he is, because they come out and they just seem to go off the boil for a little while, and that's happened in both the games that we've had so far in the league. And then the second half is a little bit disappointing. Yeah, so I don't really know what's going on, but we just don't look like we're gelling at the moment. I really like Smith. I think he's going to be really good, but he's just not quite there yet. It's just not quite gelling with the team.
I think there's sort of three big questions that we need to answer in tonight's show, Alan. Are we too slow at wing back, which seemed to be a problem, not just in the last minute, but throughout the game on Saturday? Do we still need another body through the door? And are we suffering from a pre-season burnout? And I think we should probably address the latter one first, because there always comes a point where the season starts and we sort of hit this little peak where we start to struggle a little bit. We start to pick up one or two injuries. And I tend to think that it's the change between that pre-season mentality and going through all the running and everything to being a little bit more, on the ball and a little bit more technical and getting into the swing of game times. And it's almost like, when you work really hard for a couple of weeks and then you go on holiday or whatever and you just sort of step off a little bit. Those couple of weeks after, when you get back, it always feels difficult to get into the swing of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. It's same in any walk of life. I think, it was same with us when we were on the binge. It takes you a couple of days again to get into the swing of things. But I honestly think they'll be all right. And I don't think we need any more problems. Yet you say we've got problems at the right-hand side. I think Noyle can come in. I think Nathan Mariah-Welsh can come in if needed. And we've got Elliot Hewitt. It's just who Nigel picks on the day, I think, anyway.
Yeah, it's definitely a frustrating situation at times to sort of see that little bit of a burnout, because what it does do, Emily, it's coinciding with these little knocks and niggles. And like Thomas says in the chat tonight, we are 2 or 3 weeks into the season, game week 3, and we've got 3 of our 5 signings injured at the moment in McGoldrick, Roberts, Thompson. Then you add to that, your likes of Luke Bolton, Bailey Cargill, Fraser Blake Tracy picked up a knock. Obviously, John Russell's been playing with a bit of a hip injury, it turns out. Thompson also had a bit of a knock on Saturday as well. It all seems to be typical that it all collides in one go for Mansfield.
Yeah, it just seems to be the same season after season. I don't really understand what's happening, because even though we are signing some older players, a lot of them aren't older players. So it's kind of what's going on behind the scenes that means that we get all these injuries. It is worrying, and it is persisting as well, which is probably more worrying than it happening. It's ongoing.
I guess this was the gamble, Alan, wasn't it, with the transfer business that we did in the summer. Nigel Clough, on paper, he's brought in some real quality. But there comes a time for every player, especially the older you get, where knocks and niggles take a little bit longer to recover from. And if McGoldrick's out, but Tyler Roberts is fit, it doesn't really affect it too much. But because they both come at the same time, we feel the effects a lot more. And that was the risk which Nigel Clough took.
Well, yeah, but, even if they're both firing on all cylinders, I personally don't think they'll be in the team together. I think there'll be one on the pitch and one on the bench and, interchange when they need to. But, these injuries happen. It's happened last year and the year before, but they'll be back. And when they're back, let's just hope that Bailey can sort his hamstrings out, because he is one that's missed more than most, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep your comments and questions and opinions coming in. John on YouTube says, I hate it because it's got the R word in there, and I don't like the R word. What's the truth with Tyler Roberts and David McGoldrick are actually injured, as there are rumours about a training ground splat? Well, I think the only thing that was splattered on the training ground was the fly in Nigel Clough's office, which he picked up a newspaper and went poof against the wall. I think, do you know what? Those little tittle-tattle rumours that have got absolutely no, what's evidence to them to back them up or whatever, is just nonsense. Neither player, to me anyway, from the outside, seem like the type of player that's going to have a spat with one another, Emily. They're both sort of experienced pros or whatever. I could understand it if there were 2 young players vying for the same position, but these are experienced heads. It literally will just be injury, and someone's gone, oh, they're out at the same time, they play in the same position. Oh, I wonder if they've had a falling out. There's about as much truth in that as this pen being blue.
I think it's coincidental. It's coincidental, isn't it? Yeah.
For reference for the audio version, by the way, I was holding up a black pen. Carry on, Emily. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, I think it's coincidental. I think they're both sensible enough to know better. And I also, when Didsy signed for us, he knew full well that Tyler Roberts was already here. So it's not like it was a surprise or they were signed at the same time and they didn't know the other one was coming. He knew that Tyler Roberts was here. So he wouldn't have signed for us if he felt any type of way like that. They might not get on. Who knows? They might not get on. But I agree with Alan. I don't think they should be on the pitch at the same time because they don't play well together. One cancels out the other. So I think we're better off with a kind of mixing it up front. I do think that Smith and Oates seem to be starting to come together, aren't they? They're starting to gel a little bit. Especially him Oatesy giving him his first goal at the weekend. That was really nice. But yeah,
that was quality. Quality.
Yeah, it was lovely, wasn't it?
Because
really
he could have took it. Sorry, Emily, he could have took it himself, couldn't he? But now he thought about it, and perfect ball across. It was brilliant.
It was lovely.
It's a really interesting one with that because I also agree that I do like the two of them together. I do think that they will complement each other really well, but I don't think they fit into the system that we're trying to play with wing backs. I actually think that Smith and Oates together would actually be really effective in a 4-3-3 or a 4-3-1-2 or whatever, just with somebody in behind them. If you had a McGoldrick or a Roberts playing just in behind them and being that link man, I think they'd be a lot more effective. When we're playing with this five, they've got to sort of sit back a little bit. They've got to drop a lot deeper to come and try and create, and the only way it's really effective is when we catch teams on the counter. The perfect example being Smith's goal, but I think if we want to be a little bit more on the front foot, we've got to get a bit more support up to them in terms of letting the midfield do well. And like Nathan sort of said there, 4-2-3-1 would suit them perfectly. With Smith as the central one, Oates on the right hand side, McGoldrick or Roberts in the middle, and then somebody out on the left hand side. A good pacey attacking winger down that side. I think that would be really good to sort of see them come together. But yeah, I like the partnership between the two of them early doors. And, I don't necessarily think, Alan, that would have been Nigel Clough's first choice to actually start the season. But like anything else, his hand's been forced and they're seizing the opportunity, which is exactly what you want from your players.
Yeah, well, that's it, because they know when the others come back in, they might have a spell on the bench or on the sideline. So kick on while they can. And, if they perform a partnership or if they can get together like they are doing, Oates has got one, Smith's got one. Who knows? They might keep them on the bench and, give them more time to recover than trying to rush them back. Because they do look all right together. I mean, one with the pace and one holding up, it works.
Let's go back to that first question of, are we too slow at wing back then? Because I think we obviously got caught out quite a lot against Peterborough on Saturday. Nick and I mentioned it quite a lot. Clive mentioned it as well, as did Big Tone. And it was particularly down the left wing back sort of side where players were sort of getting in behind. Macca, bless him, was playing a little bit higher than what he probably should and didn't track back as quickly as what he usually does. And because, bless him, Sweeney is the slowest of the three in there, he was having to cover a lot and get across, and sometimes he was getting outpaced. He's much better as a sort of Sweeney's ball, poof, and just heading anything into orbit sort of man. And I think Blake Tracy's probably better to be on that side to cover, but Sweeney in the middle also doesn't work because of the lack of Fraser Blake Tracy's got the better right foot out of him and Sweeney, so it's a little bit mismatched in there. But the wing back situation, it wasn't just at the left wing back either, Emily. It was at right wing back sometimes as well. Lucas Akins was getting a little bit caught, and I just wonder whether or not those two are the right two wing backs to play the majority of the games. I'd like to potentially see little Nobby Welsh come in there, although he's much better, a little bit higher, and defensively he doesn't have the experience yet. Elliot Hewitt, Kyle Noyle, although Nigel Clough sees him as a right side centre half. I don't know. I think that's probably the area for me where we're a little bit short.
Yeah, and I'm a bit confused about what's happening with Noyle at the moment. Now you mention it, what's going on? Because he's great. He was a starting player last year. Why is he on the B team? I don't really understand that. I'm a bit concerned because either he's carrying a bit of an injury or Clough's not favouring him, and I don't really know why. Because I saw him do some things last season that, you know, fitted in really well with what we were trying to do, linking up play and stuff. And so I don't really know what's happening there, but it did seem very lethargic, especially in the second half on the wings, didn't it? And it was a little bit worrying. I do, and now Fraser Blake Tracy might have picked up an injury as well. It's like, oh God, you know, and we're missing Bailey Cargill. We're missing. I feel like, for want of a better way of describing it, we're missing that person to kind of bring the ball up. It's that person to have the confidence to go, right, I'm gonna bring the ball up, you know, link up with midfield. I don't know if I'm sort of expressing myself very well at the moment, because sometimes I don't have the football talk to explain what I mean. But I really feel like Bailey Cargill does that. He's really, really confident on bringing the ball up, and I just feel like nobody is at the moment. They're just trying to like hoof long balls down the sides that we don't always get on the end of. And I really felt like they didn't take advantage of the Peterborough defence being so shaky in the first half as well, because there were massive gaps in that defence, and we just didn't take advantage of it. And it just felt like there were some huge gaps and lack of pace.
Yeah, and I think the other thing as well is it's where Nigel Clough sees Kyle Noyle playing, because every time he sort of brings him on, Alan, he always seems to be right side centre back rather than actual right wing back, because for Stockport his position was 9 times out of 10 right wing back, and when we signed him we thought, oh yeah, that's the area that we want him in, where he'll be effective. But seemingly in a Stag shirt he doesn't get the opportunity there.
No, not for whatever reason, whether he's been injured. I mean, there might be something that we don't know about, but it does seem to favour the other players at the moment. But, I mean, it's a long season. There's 46 games in the league, so I think he's going to have his opportunity, plenty of time to shine. So until then, he'll just have to sit and wait and, like the others, take his opportunity if and when it comes.
Yeah, and I think it will come to him eventually, Emily, but I think other people are sort of saying in the chat as well that he didn't look great against Man City under-21s. Something doesn't seem to be quite right with him at the moment. Maybe it's just a confidence thing and he needs games.
Yeah, and I didn't see the City game, so I can't comment on that. But yeah, I just really rated him last season. Thought he was solid. That's like Thomas is saying. I don't know why we're not using him. But if you looked off it versus City under-21s, to be fair, didn't the whole team look off it?
Yeah, very much so. It was
some of the time, yeah.
It wasn't pleasant viewing. That is very, very true. Where else? What else was I talking about? I can't remember now. Oh yeah, do we still need another body through the doors? I think is a big question, Alan, because Nigel Clough seems happy with his squad, but we have got a number of injuries already, which is a bit of a concern. Just a couple of younger bodies, maybe a young loan from somewhere might sort of see us right. I don't really care which position, to be honest, just someone that can give us a bit of cover if we need it.
Well, I think that's been on Nigel's hit list, hasn't it? And he's been, watching quite a few games and being in and around stuff. So I think there might be something in the offing. It's just whether it's nearly there and, it's gone or it's gone somewhere else. It might be dependent on other players if they go before we can get them. It's just a waiting game, I think. But I think he will be looking for somebody.
Yeah, absolutely. Fingers crossed that we managed to get one through the door. There's still a little bit of time. There's still a couple of weeks or so left before the transfer window shuts, of course. Another, Thomas has put in the comments, Emily, George Abbott. I think that's the one area we don't need. And to be honest, I was impressed with him when he played, but he didn't play that often because he was carrying a knock. And to be honest, I think if I had a choice between giving Ollie Taylor game time to develop, which is our own player from our own academy, or him. I'm going to take Ollie Taylor. I think a central midfield player is not what we need. We've got, obviously, Ollie Taylor waiting in the wings. We've got George Maris waiting in the wings. We've got Regan Hendry as well. We've got a number of bodies in there. If anything, it's going to be a player that can play out wide or through the middle for me. I don't think George Abbott would be the right one, which is another reason why I didn't want TikTok either. I'm glad he's disappeared to Plymouth.
Yeah, I don't want any more injury liability either. I can't.
I think from what I'd heard in the press, I think he's still injured actually, Craig. I think he's still carrying that bad eye, from what he had last season.
Well, then don't touch him with a barge pole. Send him somewhere else. It'd be what a waste of a loan it'd be. Yeah. It really would. Another comment that's come in before we take the first break is from Michael, which is quite an interesting one actually. And I don't know whether we're maybe reading too much into it or whether there is something in it. But that is Nigel Clough not mentioning Bowery at all when talking about players who are out, Emily. And of course, he was due to play in the Man City game. And Andy Garner, oh my God, said that for some reason he wasn't training, but he hadn't had chance to go and speak to him at that point because he'd gone straight into press. We've not heard any update from Clough since that, whether that be post Peterborough or in his press conference this week. It remains a bit of an enigma. I hope that there's not a club that's been on the phone for his services, because if he's fit and available, he gets a game on Sunday.
Yeah, well, it's a mystery, isn't it? But I don't want him going anywhere else. I think he's amazing. Honestly, I don't understand why we're not playing him. I don't know. But we've got so many injuries now, and then hopefully he does get a game on Sunday. Sorry.
I know.
It'd be great, but who knows? I really feel like every time I've seen him play last season, I know he had a long period out injured, but he did come back, didn't he, and played a couple of games. He's been solid, absolutely solid every time, and he's fast as well. Somebody else says they're not mentioning JB9 either. What do you think then, Adam?
Don't ask Adam what he thinks about JB9, because I'll have to go in a rant at Adam. He's the sole chairman of the I Hate Jordan Bowery fan club. He does not like Jordan Bowery at all, which is just disgrace.
Yeah.
Disgrace. I've heard from my mum's barber's secret lover that he's in talks with Plymouth. Stop nicking my jokes. They can't have all of our players, and he can't. And to be fair, he can't sign for Plymouth because he can't have number 9. So there you go. He only goes to where he can have number 9. I think he's fine. I think he probably was injured and didn't want to train. But sometimes, Alan, Nigel Clough doesn't mention players purposely, because if he does, it gives the opposition a little bit of a thing of, player or whatever. And then all of a sudden they're in the team sheet. So let's expect some McGoldrick and Roberts to be starting on Sunday, shall we?
Well, there's also one shining light as well in the B game when they played, was it Tuesday or Wednesday? My friend Giorgio, it had a top bin free kick.
Oh, so that's a
shining, top bin. Right in the top corner, apparently, this free kick. Goodman scored 2 as well.
Very good.
Yeah, we'll leave the other goal scorers for the bit where we talk about it later in the show.
Oh, sorry. I do apologise, Craig.
Alan, this isn't thrown together. We've got notes. I know it might seem like it's thrown together, but honestly, there is a running order, ish, I guess. So with that, let's put the Mansfield Matters podcast panel to the test to see if they can figure out the running order. Emily, what comes next?
Are we going to talk about goals?
Break.
Right. Time out.
There we go. Yeah, you say the word adverts.
Adverts.
Correct.
Antifier.
Protect what matters most with Actifire Limited, your trusted local fire safety experts in Nottinghamshire. Proud sponsors of the Mansfield Matters podcast. From fire extinguishers and alarms to emergency lighting, pat testing and risk assessments, they've got everything you need for your business to stay safe. Affordable, reliable, professional. Because when it comes to fire protection, there's no room for compromise. Call Actifire Limited today or visit actifire.co.uk. Be ready, be safe, act now. Actifire Limited, proud sponsors of the Mansfield Matters podcast.
We're the Mansfield Matters crew, making podcasts just for you. Some show up, some disappear, but the stacks bring us all here. Through the ups and downs we stay, talking Mansfield Town every day.
You're back with the Mansfield Matters podcast, the show for the fans, by the fans. Why? Because Mansfield always matters. Right, we've ticked off League One action. Let's turn our attention, shall we, this week to players that have had a little run out to get some more match minutes.
Good idea.
It's a great idea. The B team, aka the reserves, played in the Central League Cup this week at the RH Academy, where they won 5-0. Alan, do you want to tell us a bit about what happened?
No, well, all I know is Goodman scored 2 and Maris scored a top bin free kick. That's about as much as I heard, but apparently they played well.
Yeah, I've not seen it. I was hoping for some highlights somewhere. I was hoping that they'd put the game on iFollow, but they seemingly haven't done that, and they've not put the goals out anywhere. So maybe Steve-O and the media team had a day off and they didn't film it, which, if that's the case, shame on you. Film it. I need to see this content. Otherwise, what are we going to fill this segment with? More stuff about bins? Okay, not a problem. We can do that later. I also... know, though, from the little report that I've had, that little Nobby Welsh was also on the score sheet, Emily, as was Jaden Chambers-Morgan. In terms of players that got a run out from the first team, Harry Lewis, Kyle Noyle, Ollie Taylor, Giorgio Mauricio and little Nobby Welsh. So a fair few getting a bit of a run out, Emily.
Yeah. I mean, Mariah Welsh, I think, is an impact sub. So I think we've got to keep using them in the first team as well. Don't knacker him out too much with B team stuff. It's great.
It's important, though, for them, Alan, to get, to tick over and get, whether that be 60 minutes, 90 minutes or whatever, because there's a strong possibility that Noyle might get a game on Sunday, as might George Maris, with John Russell and Liam Thompson both carrying little niggles.
Yeah, well, it can only prove well, can't it, and bode well for them, because, like I say, he's played 60 minutes or whatever. I think that was the plan, 45 to 60 minutes, Nigel said in his interview, and he's bagged a cracking goal. So it'd be good for confidence as well as Nathan Mariah Welsh.
If George Maris does get a bit of a run out, though, Emily, on Sunday, he needs to pretend that he's in the empty training ground rather than in a full stadium, because obviously last time he was in a full stadium, he had about 90 chances and couldn't convert a single one of them.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
Oh, we did.
Yeah. He needs to hit the back of the net, doesn't he? Top bins, as Alan says.
Yeah. Be nice.
Let's have a little look elsewhere as well, because it's one of those with the B team. They need to continue to tick over and sort of be prepared for that, and sort of get those little bits of match minutes in and everything, which is great. But again, it's nice to see them getting minutes, and I think that it's really important that league continues and that those players do sort of develop, and it's good for the other ones as well to sort of tick over and knock on the door as well, Emily, because I really like the fact that Nigel Clough will sort of integrate those players with the senior pros as well.
Yeah, no, it's great, isn't it? And they're celebrating Ollie Taylor's new contract like they would celebrate any other player. So that was really nice to see that. Was it last week?
Yeah.
Getting lost behind the times because of being away. I'm like, when did that happen? But yeah, it was really nice to see them celebrating that, and lots of really positive comments on that as well. So that'll be really nice for him to see, and lots of confidence. And he started, didn't he, against the under-21s Man City game. So yeah, so it's lovely to see people like that coming through. And you know, we've seen a couple of them, haven't we? We just saw a bit of Goodman and Chambers Morgan, I think, last season. So it'd be nice to see them coming back as well as Ollie Taylor. Yeah, it's really good, and it's good for the other players to get minutes, like you say. But we don't want them too tired.
No, this is very, very true indeed. And there's plenty more B team games to come as well. And there'll be some friendlies, I'm sure, along the way. You can head to mansfieldtown.net to have a look at all of those upcoming fixtures. The next one, according to the club website, is away at Notts County on the 8th of September, 1 o'clock kickoff for that one. And then the 13th of October against Derby. So go and have a little look at that. And if they are at the RH Academy and you can get down, go and support them and, support the young lads and support those that are getting some match minutes as well. And also coming up in the next few weeks or so, we're going to start having a little bit more focus on the women's team, giving you a bit of insight into some of their fixtures and doing some match reports as well. So stay tuned for that. Going to turn our attention elsewhere then to all things Club Matters. And talk junior stags. Now, Alan's got grandkids. I don't have kids. Clive has got grown-up kids. So Nick's got a little girl, but he's not here to talk about it. He's currently on a sunbed. Emily, as the mum of the group, if you like, do you want to talk to us a little bit more about junior stags? Because I believe you've spent a few quid.
I have, yeah, only a few quid. But my eldest it's for 14s and unders. And my eldest is 14, but being a typical teenager, he is not interested in being a junior stag. But my youngest has just turned 10 on the 15th of August. And as a present, as part of his present, I got him junior stags membership. And he was rather pleased with the box of treats that he got. And he also got his card. So he got his birthday card very, very quickly. So, because he was probably one of the first ones to get a birthday card. But yeah, so he got this box of goodies. I don't know whether I should tell you what's inside, because it won't be a surprise for anyone else then, will it, if they join?
No, we'll leave it at that for now. Talking of surprises, I'm going to press this button and hopefully add a fourth member to the stage. Ooh. But I think his screen's black at the minute. So when he wakes up, when his computer wakes up, he might be able to join in. Hello, Mr. Clive, are you there? Can't see him.
Not yet.
He's not gone in his sleep.
He's plugged it in his sleep. I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it when his face pops up in my little thing on my screen. Let's have a little look at what it says on the club website then. If you've not heard about the Junior Stags Club, it's an exciting exclusive package of Stags benefits for supporters aged 14 and under. Yep. For just £25 per child, members of the Junior Stags Club, which is sponsored by iFund Mansfield, will receive an exclusive Junior Stags membership box containing an official Junior Stags Club membership card, a appearance by Clive Parkin. Hello, Mr. Clive.
Hello.
It's got an appearance by Clive in it.
We've had water in the internet.
Oh dear.
You've leaked, have you?
Yes, I've got a moist internet.
Oh, you don't want a moist internet. We'll come back to you in a minute. I'm just reading out the Stags Junior membership box. I'll let you get settled. Also in the box, an official Junior Stags Club membership card, not an appearance by Clive Parkin because he's not a magician. A Junior Stags Club pin badge. Have we got the Junior Stags Club pin badge, Emily? There we go, yeah. Very nice. A Junior Stags Club scarf, which I believe is hanging over your shoulder over there somewhere with all your others. A sticker sheet. There we go. Oh, I like that. That's nice.
I'm pinching that.
I would as well.
Stick them in the toilets at Chesterfield.
Okay. A personalised birthday card. Junior Stags Club Christmas card, an invitation to an exclusive Junior Stags Club Christmas party, and as well as receiving a membership pack, Junior Stags Club members will automatically be entered into a monthly prize draw throughout the season with fantastic match prizes, including match tickets, club shop discounts, exclusive club merch, additional discounts and offers available throughout the season. And to be eligible, memberships are available to children aged 14 and under. To qualify for the 26-27 Junior Stags Club, applicants must be 14 or under on Saturday, the 1st of August 2026. To ensure members receive their birthday card at the appropriate time, a date of birth must be provided when registering. And if you want to sign up, you can visit stagstickets.co.uk. As a parent who's paid the £25, Emily, is it worth it?
Yeah, I think for 25 quid, it's really good value, actually. And you also get an email when you don't win the prize draw.
Very nice.
We got an email while we were on holiday to say, you've not won the prize draw. I was like, thanks.
But at least you know.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's really good value. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the party, probably more than my child. But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, the Stags Junior Club membership, not that pot, not this pot. Okay. Right. Fair enough.
Okay.
Right, well, Clive is now with us because his internet has finally dried out. So, Clive, at the start of the show, before we took the first break, we were asking 3 critical questions. So we're going to ask your opinion on all 3. Question number 1, this is not a Craig-style quiz, you'll be pleased to know, is, are we too slow at wing-back? Let's get Clive's opinion on this.
Yes, without a doubt.
I thought you were just going to do the one-word answer then. It's like, excellent contribution. Question 2.
Yes.
Do we still... Okay. Do you owe me £1 million? And are you going to pay it in cash by tomorrow? There we go. I've already got my answers for it. Question 2 was, do we still need another body through the door?
Yes.
And question 3 was, are we suffering from a pre-season burnout?
No, I don't think it's a pre-season burnout because I don't think we've had enough pre-season to get burnt out in. I think we're now suffering because of that. I think we're about 2 weeks behind where we should be.
That's an interesting way to look at it, isn't it? Because I was sort of saying to Emily and Alan earlier, Clive, that we've sort of hit that period, or I feel that we've hit that period where we've gone into the season and all of the work that we've done's caught up with us. But actually, I've not thought about it from the other way around, actually, of being a couple of weeks too short.
I mean, I'm only guessing because I'm no expert in these things. It just seems to me that the players that we can normally rely on, we do rely on, and that's your Akins, etc. Those of them that are still not performing at the level we expect of them, I think it's because they've not got to that stage yet. I think they're a couple of games away from it. You can do nothing about the injured players, and obviously every player can have a bad day. But I think we've been under provided by the players we expect more from. I can pick on one particular one, but it wouldn't be fair to. I think hopefully they're all on a curve towards getting to where they've got to be.
Yeah, I think Luke Bolton is probably the one that you're referring to. And he, according to Nigel Clough, Emily, is now starting his pre-season. So by that reckoning, we're probably going to see him, early November?
Yeah, poor chap. He's had a hard time, hasn't he? And appendicitis. Not nice. Yeah, so I'm hoping to see him back. I want to see him come and prove himself. I'd love that. I would really love it if he could come and prove himself. It would be great because he has got some pace as well, and that's, when he's fit, he's got some pace. So
I was actually thinking about John Russell, by the way.
Oh, were you? Okay.
I'm significantly disappointed by John Russell so far this year. But according to Clough in this week's cast, he's carrying a knock, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Normally, when players are carrying a knock, Clough doesn't play them. That tells you something else, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Maybe one short, or maybe he doesn't trust those that we've got, or he's trying to, segue him in or whatever. But I believe the injury also, Clive, is a little bit of a hip injury, which obviously then does impact as a footballer. It's probably one of the worst that you can have in terms of being John Russell style of player.
Yeah, I have to be careful because I think I look at style, and his style is that of a languid athlete. He never looks like he's exerting energy, and I want my players to run through walls, and he doesn't seem to have that style in him. Now, that doesn't make him wrong, but we need something at the other end of it, and he's not provided it so far this year.
Let's go back to Luke Bolton, Alan, because he's a very frustrating one for me. I mean, I know he was sort of under contract. If he'd have been out of contract in the summer, I'd have let him go, to be honest. I think he's probably one of those players who hopefully will come back and make me eat these words. But I don't know. I just don't see it. He's had a lot of bad luck with injury and what have you. But also for me, Alan, I don't know where he fits. Does Nigel Clough see him as a right wing back, where he was, more predominant at the likes of Salford, or does he see him a little bit further forward as part of that forward line? I don't know where I'd place him, to be honest, Alan. What about you?
I'd put him on the right side, attacking. I think that's where he's best suited to the Stags. And I mean, when he does come back, it'll be like another new signing for us. He has had some hard luck. Nobody gets appendicitis on purpose, so it's just unfortunate, that lad. But it could be another Rhys Oates. Everybody called Rhys Oates, for his injuries and whatever. He's repaid us, so there's no reason why Luke Bolton couldn't do the same. Hopefully, because we've seen what he can produce, haven't we? When he played for Salford, when he ripped us apart.
The other thing, though, Clive, is, you look at Bailey Cargill and you say, as soon as he's fit and available, he's in your starting 11. You say the same about Tyler Roberts, David McGoldrick. Do you say the same about Luke Bolton, though?
I think you've got 4 players there that none of us have got the confidence that once they do come back on the field, they're resilient enough to stay on. Cargill has a game or two, gets man of the match, and then goes down for 6 to 8 weeks. We've seen that older players are more susceptible to collapse. And we've got McGoldrick and Roberts in the middle there. And the jury's out on Bolton. We've not seen enough of him to know.
Yeah, it's certainly a bit of a conundrum with Luke Bolton. What about you, Emily? Have you seen enough of him would you take the gamble on putting him in, as a starter, or is he just going to be a squad player for you?
Only if you had to. I think he's got to be a squad player that then proves himself before he starts, for me. But we all know he's got it in him. We all know he has, but he's just not had the opportunity to show it for us yet. So I'd love him to come back, and I think somebody said in the chat, get him fit, give him games, he'll be a great threat. I agree, but he's not had that opportunity, has he? And like Clive says, the jury's out. We can't predict what he's going to do, can we? So,
going to turn our attention to Luton, then we'll do podcast predictions in just a minute. But I've just sort of written down the starting 11, or what I would go with for Sunday's game, Clive. And I have written Stephen McLaughlin at left wing back, but I wanted to get your opinions on Owen Dodgson as well, because we said it constantly, didn't we, during the Peterborough game, that every time down that side, Macca was just that half a yard too slow for us.
Yeah, and that's inevitable. He's reached a stage in his professional career where the pace he once had he can't rely on it anymore. The thing about him, we love him to death. He's a talented player. He's a positive player, but he's only got 60 minutes in his legs, really. And I think the Dodgson is the future, but he has to get into his stride, and we haven't seen that yet either.
It'll be a tough test against Luton, Alan. I know they're in action tonight, aren't they, in the cup? I don't know what the score is at the minute or whatever, but they've had a really good start to the season. They've scored a lot of goals as well.
Yeah, I'm going to say they've got to keep is it Palmer, their main player, their main threat? I know they've got quite a few, but Palmer's the main threat. If they can keep him quiet, because I did actually watch some of the highlights of the County versus Luton, and County held them at bay. That they did. I don't think we've got nothing to be scared of. I know they've got a good name, and Jack Welch will be a good manager, I think, but nothing to be scared of. Let them be scared of us. let's go for the throat, same as we did the last time we played them. Okay, they got 2 goals back, but we proved that we can do it.
I think the question, Emily, is also what we're going to do defensively, because it's looking highly likely that we'll be without Fraser Blake Tracy on Sunday. Who would be your back three? We know that Akins and McLaughlin are going to be the 2 wing backs. We could probably put good money on that and get a good return. What about the 3 in the middle? Dave and Sweeney are pretty much nailed on, but who's going to be that third man?
I don't know. I think I'd like to see Noel back there, but I don't know whether it would be. I don't know. Who have we got? Who else have we got who's not injured?
If it was fit, you'd have Bowery in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. Yeah. But we were talking about that before, Clive, the mystery of JB9. So, yeah. Yeah, and someone said Hewitt, but Hewitt, I really like Hewitt.
Our pick.
But he's been a bit hit and miss, hasn't he? So, yeah.
I prefer Hewitt on the nearer the touchline, to be honest, on a flanking sort of position. He's got pace in his legs, which the other central defenders, bless them, don't have.
I would go with Hewitt based on what Clive's just said in terms of pace. Mine would be Hewitt, Dave in the middle, where Dave's at his best, and then Sweeney on the left-hand side. Because what that also gives us is that ability to actually go to that back four and drop into that back four and allow, Akins to push a little bit higher up the field and, maybe get the likes of Thompson if he plays a little bit more out wide. He looks decent when he gets out wide on that left-hand side. He reminds me a lot of Stephen Quinn out there, and I think he can get some good crosses in the box for us, and we might get a little bit more out of Smith and Oates up top as well. So for me, it'd be Hewitt, Dave and Sweeney. And I don't know, I can't judge it at the moment, but do you know what? If JB9 was fit and available, I think JB9 would actually be my first choice. He's just natural for it. But who knows what the mind of Nigel Clough will do? That is very, very true indeed. Right, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to do podcast predictions, and it's the return of an old favourite. Don't go anywhere. We are back right after these.
Protect what matters most with Actifire Limited, your trusted local fire safety experts in Nottinghamshire. Proud sponsors of the Mansfield Matters Podcast. From fire extinguishers and alarms to emergency lighting, pat testing and risk assessments, they've got everything you need for your business to stay safe. Affordable, reliable, professional. Because when it comes to fire protection, there's no room for compromise. Call Actifire Limited today or visit actifire.co.uk. Be ready, be safe, act now. Actifire Limited, proud sponsors of the Mansfield Matters Podcast.
Hello, it's JB Canine here, the podcast doggo. It's to all you humans to take your doggo to Mansfield Canine Centre. It's amazing. It's got swimming, soft play, grooming and a shop to buy all my toys under one roof. You'd be barking mad to miss out.
Mansfield Canine Centre, where dogs come first and tails never stop wagging. Check out mansfieldcaninecentre.co.uk for more.
You're back with the show for the fans, by the fans. Why? Because Mansfield always matters, right? We are doing double predictions then, because it's Luton and a trip to Reading up next. So without further ado, let's hit Clive's favourite thing on the show, and that is the podcast predictions jingle.
The game of luck, who gives up, don't mess it up. I hear you say, how do you play? Win, lose or draw, then pick a score and one more thing. Pick a hero, don't score zero, that's the game. But we're not fools, this game has rules. It gets on time, you'll be fine, remember the rhyme. Predictions. Remember the rhyme. Guess on time, you'll be fine. Remember the rhyme. Predictions.
Brought to you in association with Mansfield Canine Centre, where dogs come first and tails never stop wagging. Visit mansfieldcaninecentre.co.uk.
Right, podcast predictions time then. We are predicting 2 games. We are predicting Luton and Reading. I can't give you the updated scores and who was the winner of the week because the podcast predictions guru is currently sunning himself on a sunbed somewhere. So we'll bring you right up to date as soon as he's back on UK soil. We'll start off with Luton at home then, which is on Sunday. And I'm going to come to Clive first.
I don't think we've much of a chance. We've got too little by way of resource, and they're a team on fire. I think we'll lose 3-0, and our goalkeeper will be our hero.
Do you mean Liam? You mean Liam Roberts? Yeah, just to
well,
clarify.
I was hedging my bets a little bit there. Yeah, Liam Roberts.
Yeah, I've got to pin you down to one, Clive. I'm sorry. Emily, you're up next. Luton first, please.
Yeah, I think we're going to lose as well. I'm going 2-0. And I don't know whether Liam Roberts will be the hero if he lets me past him. But I was going to say Liam Roberts as well because I can't think of anybody else.
You get with that?
Yeah, go with it.
Okay, Alan, you're next. You're usually Mr. Optimism, so let's see where we go here.
I'm going 2-2. John Russell.
Okay, I am going to go for a draw because everyone's expecting us to lose, and it's typical Mansfield that we'll get something. I'm going to go 1-1 though, and I'm going to go with who's likely to actually play. I'm going to go with Dave because safe bet. Reading away then, I'm going to go for, because it's my dad's birthday and he's going to be 70 on the day, purely because it's his birthday, and that I'm going to go for a 7-0 win, and I'm going to go for Liam Roberts as he's here, and I'm doing that just because on the day it's my dad's 70th birthday, and I don't really want to concede 5 goals because he was born in 56, so I'm going 7-0 win. That sounds better. Alan, Reading away.
I'm going 1-1 Dave.
Emily, you're next.
I'm going a 1-0 win. And I'm going out.
And finally, Clive.
Alan stole my thunder. I'm going 1-1 and Dave.
There we go. If you want to play along with podcast predictions, the link that you need is in the description. A reminder that you must submit your guesses no later than 90 minutes before kick-off on your selected game. You'll be able to get your predictions in for Reading probably on Monday evening once Ben has reset all the sent me all the scores so I can reset the form. The best place to find out when you can start voting is by following us on all things social media. All you have to do is search at MTFC Matters to find out when voting is open. As always, you can vote as many times as you want, but the prediction that counts is the one closest to that 90 minutes before kickoff timestamp. And we'll update the table at the end of the month. Right. One of the people on the podcast has got some content for us now. 2 of the people on the podcast are thinking, bloody hell, I hope it's not me because I've not prepared anything. So 2 of those can panic. The other one can do a very, very quick costume change. Now, I've got a question for you, though. New or old? Emily, new or old?
New.
Clive, new or old?
No, I have no idea what the question means, so I'll go old.
Alan, new or old?
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for a brand new jingle, a brand new visual thing, and the return of a classic. Alan, where is your bin? Alan, where's your bin? Alan, where is your bin? Alan, where's your bin? Where's your bin? Where's your bin this week? Where's your bin? Where's your bin? It's the return of Alan, where's your bin? Here's me and my winner's trophy from last year, but who will get their hands on one of these this year as we do series 2 of Alan, where's your bin? So I'm going to hand over to the host of Alan, where's your bin to explain how it all works and then we will play the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan, the bin man Wilson.
Right, good evening, everybody. I've done 5 clues again, and I've changed the format slightly this year. I'm still going to the ground, but there'll be no anagram this year.
Hey!
The first question... Thought you might like that, Clive. The first question for 5 points. The second question is 4 points, and so on down to 1 point. If you can't get it in those 5 points, there will be a tie break for 1 point. Is that clear? Right, for 5 points. This ground where I've been opened in 1995, and it's got a capacity of 34,742. Opened in 1995. Obviously, it's a new ground.
Can I just clarify, Alan, are we looking for the club?
And we'll go Craig, Emily, Clive.
Are we looking for the club? The club name?
Looking, yeah, for the club, but it's the ground. The ground, yeah.
Yeah, okay. No,
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. So
The ground was opened in 1995.
I mean, it's not this. It's the only one that's come into my head. I'm going to say Swindon.
Emily?
I don't think it's this either, but I'm going to say MK Dons.
Clive?
MK Dons.
Incorrect. For 4 points, it was built in 32 weeks as the first brand new stadium designed to comply with the Taylor report. That's your second clue. Built in 32 weeks. The first ground to be designed to comply with the Taylor report. Same format again, Craig, then Emily, then Clive.
I will go with Man City.
Emily?
Ooh, I don't know. I need more time.
Just say a team.
Last two that's throwing me.
Say Dumbarton.
No. I'm just trying to think who's had a new round.
Time's up.
Arsenal, but it's not Arsenal.
Right. Clive?
Brighton.
Who, sorry?
Brighton.
Incorrect. Right, this is the new bit. Question 3 for 3 points. An ex-Stags player played for this club in 1989 and his initials are SC.
Who did he play for? I mean, it's not this, but I'm going Doncaster.
Okay, Emily?
I'm reading the comments.
No.
No, I'm not going to go for the comments. Wigan.
Clive?
Swansea.
Incorrect. Question 4 for 2 points. In 1997, they were the runners-up in both the League Cup and the FA Cup. 1997. Oh, Clive's putting his thumb up. Emily thinks she might have it.
I've got no idea. I'm going to go...
No?
Man. Millwall. It's not.
Emily?
I think we're interfering with Emily's supper.
No, you're not. I've already had my supper. Sheffield Wednesday. It's not Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday, right. Clive? Clive?
Yes, I'm listening. I have two in mind.
All right.
Stoke City.
Incorrect.
Oh,
The
one.
fifth clue for 1 point. They are nicknamed the Borough.
Oh, for goodness sake, well, that's easy.
Stevenage.
Middlesbrough.
Your guess, Emily?
Middlesbrough.
Clive?
Yeah, Middlesbrough. That was my other one, and I chose the wrong one.
That is correct. Well done. 1 point
So that's
each.
1 point each, but we need to find out who's going to get a bonus point by doing the tiebreaker.
The bonus point for the tiebreaker. You get a bonus point for this one. How many miles is it from the One Call Stadium to the Riverside Stadium? Craig. Nearest gets the point.
Rubbish with distance. I'm going to go 186.5.
Craig, 186.5.
Yeah.
Right, Emily.
I'm going less than that. I'm going 152.
152 was that. 152. Yeah, Emily, 152. Clive.
91.
91. Ooh, now then. Emily wins. Well done, Emily. The final total is 124.
Very good.
Well,
Just a minute.
Well
Just
done.
let me check.
he's doing maths. Alan's now doing maths.
26. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well-
Emily's won. Well done, Emily. You get the. Alan, where's you been this week?
Well done, Emily. So 2 points on the
Can we
board.
just ask Craig? You know when we do it next time, can we just ask the people in the comments not to write it in the comments? I know you didn't look at the comments, but not to write it in the comments because
I will say that we should impose a rule to make sure that we are not looking at the comments because we want to encourage people to play along.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I
so
need to turn it
yeah,
off.
okay. I'm going to say because Matt Pierce, I think, was the first one to get it right. He did well. Yeah. So don't look at the comments. Say, yeah, that's a fair comment. People can keep writing in, but don't look at the comments.
I think Matt Pierce is a clever bugger.
Well done,
Yeah.
Emily.
and also has access to Google, which we don't.
Yeah.
Very true.
So there we go. That was the first instalment of Alan, Where's You Been? And because it was the first instalment of Alan, Where's You Been? I think it's only worthy to give Alan 30 seconds to get rid of his outfits for me to play this. Alan, where's your bin? Alan, where is your bin? Alan, where's your bin? Where's your bin? Where's your bin this week? Where's your bin? Where's your bin? Coming to a TV station near you soon, a full series of Alan, Where's Your Bin, presented by Stephen Mulhern. Right, that is almost all we've got time for. Thank you so much for getting involved with that. Let's just clear that up, actually. Adam in the comments says, was SC Simon Coleman, Alan?
Yes. Yes, it was. Well done, Adam.
Well done indeed. Alan, Where's You Been? We'll be back later in the series. We'll have more features coming up for you as well, including the return of another great feature. Who is the Oz one out? Because it's in her contract. She demanded a game in her own name, and a great game which is still in development called Where's Clive Parking? plus service station of cheese, which is Nick's creation. And I guess at some point we should probably give Jim, Nathan and Cam the opportunity to create a game. Although if you think my quizzes are bad, well, God help you when Cam creates a game anyway. Right, 2 games coming up then in quick succession. Injuries galore, Emily, but this is typically where Mansfield come through it, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm making like Alan and being positive. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything will be fine in the end. Alan, you're always Mr. Positivity. Do you think the Stags will come through and we might even get a few surprise returnees by when Sunday comes?
Don't know about returnees, but I think we'll be in for a surprise that today.
Well, talking of surprises,
good one.
I know a man who, if you change the date of a game or you bring the kickoff time forward from the traditional slot, is likely to miss the game. So, Clive, have you set a reminder on your phone for Sunday that, Saturday's boring and empty, Sunday at 3:00?
I think I might be better entertained on Saturday, but there you go. No, I think I take comfort from the fact that we shouldn't win any of these games. We probably win them both because that's the way Mansfield is.
Indeed. And what better way to end? We will see you at the same time next week. Yeah, go on. You want to keep singing. Where's your bin, Alan? Where's your bin, Alan? Where's your bin, Alan? Sadly, that's all we've got time for on this week's episode of the Mansfield Matters podcast. My thanks, as ever, to the Mansfield Matters podcast panel and, of course, you guys at home for watching and listening. So no Saturday afternoon fixture for the Stags. We're at home on Sunday as we welcome Luton to One Call Stadium. And then on Wednesday night, it's a trip to Reading. So make sure you get involved in podcast predictions. Of course, we will reset the podcast predictions form so you can do your Reading predictions after Sunday's fixture, because obviously it falls in September and we do it month by month. You know how it works by now. And we will provide you an update in terms of who has won the month, who is wearing the table, who's done what, and all of that stuff on next week's show if the podcast predictions guru is back from his holiday. I think he is. Make sure you get involved with podcast predictions then in association with Mansfield Canine Centre. The link that you need is in the description. A reminder that you must submit your guesses no later than 90 minutes before kick-off on your selected game. And you can't pick the same player twice. The rules are very, very simple. If only there was a little catchy song to help you remind. Oh yeah, there is. Right, we will see you next Thursday on the show for the fans, by the fans. If you want to find out when and where that will be, we are at MCFC Matters on most things social media. Come and find us. And if you can join us live, come and join the party live. Till next time, have a fantastic week. Bye-bye.
Protect what matters most with Actifire Limited, your trusted local fire safety experts in Nottinghamshire. Proud sponsors of the Mansfield Matters podcast. From fire extinguishers and alarms to emergency lighting, pat testing and risk assessments, they've got everything you need for your business to stay safe. Affordable, reliable, professional. Because when it comes to fire protection, there's no room for compromise. Call Actifire Limited today or visit actifire.co.uk. Be ready, be safe, act now. Actifire Limited, proud sponsors of the Mansfield Matters podcast.